Oh my gosh. Can you teach me how to dip? Lean and dip. Lean and dip. Lean and dip. Lean and dip. What's going on, YouTube? I tried to change up the intro a little bit there, and I hope you guys like my stupidity and my terrible sense of humor. But I dropped my dip can. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with the dip can. But if you guys couldn't tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a video on how to dip. I know there's probably like thousands of how to dip videos out there from different people. And I kind of did a little bit of a how to dip video in the past, but I mean, I'm going to try to touch it up here and do an updated one here. And I hope you guys like this. And for all you guys out there and girls that have not dipped yet, hey, dog, get out of the video. What are you doing? It's my dog, Sadie, everyone. I don't know if you could see her, but she's a great dog. Great dog. But anyway, if you guys have any questions on how to dip or what you guys, if you have any ideas or thoughts, just please leave a comment below. And I'm going to try to cover everything that I can as far as my tips to you guys on how to start dipping. Alright, so let's get into it. So, I'm going to be dipping on Copenhagen mint today, as usual. Now first, I'm going to start from, we're going to act like I just got this can, okay? So, just got the can. What you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to crack the can, which is all you got to do. Take your thumbnail, or I mean, you could do any other fingernail, I guess, whatever one you feel comfortable with. But take your thumbnail and just find a nice starting spot here. There's a little seam. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's a seam about 3/4 of the way up the can, almost to the lid, probably about like a centimeter or two from the lid. And all you got to do is just find it, and once you locate it, I usually turn the can upside down, and all you do is just take your thumb and just follow that seam all the way around the can. And keep going, and bam. Once you get all the way around the can, you then open it up, and there you go. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but if you find the seam, you know you're going to be doing it right when you hear like a or something to that effect. You kind of, once you hear that cracking sound, and once you see that you found the groove, then just crack her all the way around the can, and you're ready to open it up. Alright, so we cracked it. Now we opened it. Now we're going to pack it, okay? Now, packing is something that I can teach you, but I'm not going to promise it's going to work right away, okay? Everyone's different when it comes to packing. It could take you a minute to learn it. It could take you 6 months to learn it. I'll be honest with you, it took me about 6 months to learn how to pack a can. And that was through tons of practice and tons of time. But just one day, I guess I just finally got it. Alright, but anyway, there's 2 ways, well, 3 ways that you can pack a can, okay? First way is the traditional, you see a lot of dippers do this. This is I call it the over the can pack, the top of the can pack, whatever you want to call it. You grip the can like a C with your right middle finger and right thumb, or left, if you're left-handed, your left middle finger, left thumb. But I'm right-handed, so. And you just leave your index finger very loose up here, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to flick down pretty much. You're going to do like a sudden flick, okay? Your index finger is striking the top of the can. It's just striking it, okay? And if you just keep, it's kind of like a whip. You just whip your wrist down, and you just act like you're flicking down at the ground. Just flick, flick. Let me try to do it here a little slower for you. I'm trying to do it in like slow motion, but I can't. But anyway, so pretty much all you're doing is your wrist is just kind of very slowly rotating, but it's also moving pretty quick, so you can get that, you know, that momentum to flip, to actually get a nice flick in there and pack the can. It's hard to explain, and believe me, there's other videos out there. I'm trying to tell you guys how to do it from, you know, my personal experience and, you know, how I learned. So, I mean, there's really nothing else you could do other than, if you really have to, just go watch some other videos. I mean, that was the best way I could explain it for that part. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the over-the-top pack, okay? Now we're going to move on to the sideways pack. And I like this one more than the over-the-top because I feel like once you take a pinch or two out of the can, you know, once you get a little bit of room in the can where the, you know, you get a little empty spot where the dip isn't, this is the best kind of pack for anywhere, you know, obviously not a full can, but anywhere from like a pinch or two taken out to, you know, almost empty can. It just works no matter what. And this one is pretty easy. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but I think it's easier to me than the over-the-top pack. Anyway, it's the same general idea of the over-the-top pack. However, you're packing the can from the side this time. Instead of over the top, you're packing it from the side. Excuse me. And, okay, so you're having if you're right-handed, okay, your right thumb on the top of the can, and your right ring finger and right middle finger on the back of the can. And I usually keep my pinky up. You can put your pinky on the can if you want. And, pretty much all you're doing is the same exact wrist motion as you were doing with the over the top. However, your finger is gonna be striking the side of the can instead of the top. It's gonna be a little bit quieter, which this could also, by the way, if you have parents out there that don't know you dip, or you don't want anyone, you know, hearing your in the middle of, you know, a freaking restaurant or something. I don't know where you'd be dipping, but anyway, if you for some reason want to conceal it, then yeah, this is it's a quieter packing method, I guess you could say, than the over the top for sure. Okay, so like I said, 2 fingers on back or 3, whichever one. I do 2. Index finger loose again, and you're just gonna just let that index finger strike the top of the can, or sorry, the side of the can. And yeah, let's see how she did. Well, like I said, you can't really tell because it's a brand new can, but if there was about half the can going, all the dip would go to the one side. And I like this one. I feel like this packing method actually makes it tighter. It makes it a tighter pack than the over the top too, which I love. I love the tight pack. You know, you want to keep it tight as possible, so when you put it in your lip, it doesn't get all riled up and doesn't start piecing up all over the place and get all over, because that could be deadly. Alright, so enough with the shenanigans. Let's throw in a lip here, and this is the moment you all have been waiting for if you're trying to start dipping. And I hope you guys, if you guys are out there trying to start dipping and you're watching this video, I hope you guys pack a lip with me here for your first time. That'd be pretty cool. And let me know in the comments if this was your first dip that you packed while you're watching this video, because then that'd be even, that would be awesome. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so there's our lip. Big old honker right there. Big old hog choker. But alright, let's throw it in here. I'm going to do it on the left side. Now, once you get your pinch in, you know, you just grab your pinch out of the can. And like I said, I was showing you, I know I told you guys I would show you how to knock off a little bit. So see here, you got your pinch. If you want to knock some off, if you want to get a little less dip, then just, you know, kind of tap it on the side of the can like that. And you'll see a little bit comes off each time you do that. If you don't want, if you get way too much, then you just keep doing it. No big deal. All right, so a lot of beginner dippers, you're gonna want to pull your lip out like this. You're gonna. Sorry, I got a dip on my fingers. You're gonna want to do this to put your lip in, or if you're experienced like myself and other dippers out there, just you guys know what to do. Just throw it in like this, like normal, and you're good to go. I'm going to do it the way I do it, and if you guys need to pull your lip out, go ahead, pull your lip out. Let's go. I'm spitting in the old Dixie mud jug. It's got the rebel flag all over it. I love it. Now we have our dip in our lip, okay? And if you got to this part, I consider you a champion right now, okay? You are a champion. Because most people wouldn't even get to this part, okay? Let's be honest. So, once you get your dip in, okay, you just sit here, okay? This is the part where I can't teach you. This is just, once you put it in, it's all on you. I mean, it's all your personal preference. It's all your it all depends on what you want to do and what you do. However, I can give you some suggestions once you put your dip in on what to do and what not to do. So let's start out with the do's, okay? One thing you definitely want to have is a spitter, okay? It could be a mud jug, it could be a bottle, it could be a cup, it could be an empty box. I don't care what you spit in, just make sure you have a spitter, okay? Because obviously, if you're inside, you can't just spit on the carpet or, hardwood floor. You can't spit on anything, It's rough. I understand, okay? I've tried it before, and I got kicked out of the house. Just kidding. I didn't actually try it. I mean, I might have done it on accident once, but, hey. Another thing I can tell you to do is definitely don't try to hold in your spit, okay? If you think you got to spit. Because if you try to, sit back and you have a lot of spit in your lip already, you're going to get a little lightheaded and you might swallow some dip, okay? And that's not very good. I can tell you right now, swallowing dip is not the best thing to do. It could be deadly and even fatal. Wait, fatal and deadly are the same thing, I'm sorry. Another thing I can tell you to do is make sure, if you're dipping by yourself for the first time, make sure you have make sure I'm not trying to scare you, but make sure you have a trash can or, a doggy bag or something to, just in case you need to spit it out real quick and get rid of it if you're inside, or even throw up. Sorry. But, yeah, make sure you have something near you that you can spit into or, upchuck if you need to. Here, we're going to move on to the do nots when you dip, okay? Do not try to walk around, run around, chase a bird, chase a squirrel, chase your dog if it gets loose. I mean, you should probably try to chase your dog if it gets loose, but, try not to run around or move, get up and down a lot or whatever when you first start dipping, okay? Because you will get lightheaded. You might get a little dizzy. You might fall over. And your parents might think you're drunk. I mean, trust me, that's not a good feeling when you're not even drunk and your parents think you're drunk. Another thing you shouldn't do is pack too big of a lip on your first try, okay? When you first put in your first lip, okay, do not put in a freaking big pinch like you just saw me do, or, don't put in a big pinch at all, okay? Keep it small. Don't try to be that hero or, don't try to show off in front of your buddies or your girlfriend or your friend, whatever. Don't try to, impress anyone. Just be yourself and put in a small lip and don't overdo it. Because if you overdo it, again, you could get dizzy, you can get lightheaded, and you can pass out, throw up, whatever. It ain't worth it, trust me. You want to enjoy it. You don't want to dip your first time and not ever want to dip it again because you took too big of a pinch, okay? Dipping is It's not the best thing for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I personally think it's better than smoking cigarettes. I smoked cigarettes for about a year on and off, and I quit over 3 months ago, so I'm still on that path of quitting smoking, and I plan on not smoking in the future. But yeah, Dippin's definitely not. They always say Dippin's not a safe alternative for cigarettes. Well, they're right, but I mean, it's also, I think it's a lot better than smoking cigarettes personally. Some people might argue that, but hey, I mean, I did both, and I'm just saying, in my experience, I'd rather have my lungs than than anything. I'd rather be able to breathe. That's just my opinion. And the last thing I'm going to tell you guys not to do when you're dipping: do not be in a moving vehicle when you are dipping for your first time, okay? Or anything moving. Don't be on a train, on a bus, on a plane, in a car, in a truck, wherever. Don't be on any kind of moving vehicle when you first dip, okay? Because this kind of goes along with the running around, walking around, getting up and down. Don't be, moving around when you dip. Just try to sit still like this, enjoy life, and just try not, definitely don't go in a moving vehicle. That's all I can say, because again, you'll get lightheaded, dizzy, and you might throw up. And you might notice that all these side effects I'm telling you are pretty much the same, and they are. And this is why you want to avoid them as much as possible. Alright guys, so that's pretty much a broad idea of how to start dipping. I tried to cover all the major points that I had in mind, and I hope I did for you guys. Hope you guys liked this video. Please leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe if you liked it. I'm Yeeyee Dipper. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm Yeeyee Dipper. And what's in your lip?